The possibility that language shapes memory and knowledge has intrigued scholars across various disciplines, including psychology, sociology, philosophy, linguistics, anthropology, and cultural studies. Everyday experiences illustrate how describing an event can lead to distinct mental representations and memories of it. For instance, verbalizing an incident using different expressions can result in different memory representations. Similarly, how an event is labeled in the mass media can evoke varied representations and evaluations, influencing how it is remembered later. In historical contexts, memories of the same events can differ significantly depending on the language used to describe them. For example, 19th century North American events may be remembered differently when labeled as either the pioneering frontier movement or the expulsion and murder of the First Nations. Linguistic categories influence memory retention. Languages lacking specific categories for certain stimuli may result in poorer memory recall compared to languages with more descriptive tools. Language as a culturally embedded system not only reflects but also shapes cultural memory. Memory encompasses various processes and structures that allow past experiences to influence present experiences and behaviors. Language, on the other hand, is considered a symbolic system for representing experiences in a communicable format. The relationship between language and memory can be examined in two ways: how language shapes memory and how memory influences language. Different perspectives exist regarding the relationship between language and cognition. Some argue that language is integral to human thinking and memory. The Safer-Hoff hypothesis has been influential in stimulating research on the effects of language on cognition, while the strong version of the hypothesis proposing a causal relationship between language and cognition has been largely abandoned. Weaker versions suggesting a non deterministic relation are still debated. Studies on color memory, for example, investigate whether differences in color terms across languages affect memory performance for color stimuli. Despite initial skepticism, research has shown that language can indeed influence cognition, particularly for experiences that are abstract or culturally mediated. Therefore, understanding the interplay between language and memory involves considering how linguistic structures shape cognitive processes across different domains. In a related area of research, scholars have explored how bilingualism, the ability to use two languages regularly in daily life, influences memory. In a study by Marian and Nezer, Russian English bilinguals recalled more experiences from their Russian speaking period when interviewed in Russian and vice versa when interviewed in English. This suggests that the linguistic environment during retrieval influences memory accessibility, aligning with the concept of context dependent memory. This phenomenon indicates that belonging to different language communities can shape how individuals remember their personal past, with potential implications for cultural memory. Moving on to within language approaches, linguistic differences within the same language can also impact memory. Various studies have examined how verbalization affects memory encoding and retrieval. Verbalization can either enhance or hinder memory